Hi there YouTube, how are you guys doing? Welcome to my channel. This is Rob Lamb. In this video I'm going to talk about something that I've been asked a lot lately, and that is the difference between the REI Reply and the Creative REI Reply, both made by the same founders of the system. I am one of the very few people that are actually using both systems simultaneously, so I'm in a very unique position that I can talk about both at a very high level and at a very educated level because I'm actively using both and I love both and I'm paying the monthly fees for both. So if you want to hear that perspective, you want to tune into this video. Alright, see you on the other side. You may be wondering in your head, what's the difference between the two of them? Should I get both of them? Should I just go with one and will I have all the features of the other one? I'm going to answer all those questions in this video. Which one is going to give me a better value? Which is more worth it? Alright, and now that we're going to jump in, you'll see that there's two screens here for both systems, and because of the YouTube and privacy type of restrictions, I'm going to have to hide a lot of this information, so you won't be able to get some of the details on what things look like, but I will do my best to try to represent as much as I can. So you'll see on the left I'll have the original REI Reply, and then you'll have the Creative REI Reply. The original one, I started with them back a couple years ago when they first came out, and I've been using them ever since. I use that for my other business that I have. It's a very lucrative business that I'm making money with as well. And then I also have my real estate that I'm actually using the Creative REI Reply for. Both can be used for real estate, definitely. In fact, they're the premier CRMs for real estate. And you'll hear that the one for regular REI Reply has been catered to for wholesalers and even for rehabbers and those that are not specifically looking at the creative financing route. You can use that system any which way, but the creative side just has a lot more set up already for the creative side, and I'm going to touch into that later. But what I wanted to point out with the regular REI Reply is that can be used, and it's a very low cost solution, I feel, compared to the other ones out there with just so much feature rich capabilities that it has, that it's the best bang for the buck in the market. Now that can be used for any business, not just real estate, and I'm using that for like a non-real estate business and doing very well with it, just with the automations and the follow-ups and things like that. So I can show you how I'm using it for my non-real estate business, and I used it for a long time for real estate, and it works just fine because follow-ups are follow-ups. It's just the kind of message that's coming across and how you're using the system. But at the end of the day, especially in any kind of a service business, it's all about storing your customers in a consolidated and effective way, managing those customers, and then using automation and technology in order to reach out to these customers and maximize every lead. And that's what REI Reply does at its best, whichever one you pick. So let me jump right in to what I'm not going to go into all the details of REI Reply. I've got another video that goes into that. But one of the reasons why REI Reply, the original one that's going for about $49 a month at the time of this video, which is an incredible bargain, and if you use the link that I have below in the description, you get the setup fee waived and things like that. So, and also if you sign up with my link below, there's some other special, some stuff I can include and help you out with as well. So anyway, with this REI Reply, I'm using it for another business with flipping medical commodities, and it's like flipping real estate, right? But it's just another kind of product and service that I'm providing. And with that system, you'll see that it has all of the main basic features, right? You can capture all your customers. You can have the ability to customize the kind of campaigns that are going out and the follow-ups. So if you look at here, I've got a lot of the real estate kind of campaigns, but I also have my test strip campaigns that I've got set up, and it's used to follow up with my customers. For whatever business you're in, you can create folders here and set up various campaigns. You'll see the custom built-in campaigns that are in here for real estate. That's already here, and you can use that for whatever kind of real estate that you're going to use. But I highly recommend that if you're in the creative real estate side, that the other one is just far superior, and I'll talk about that in a bit. But if you're just using a basic wholesale business or flipping business, I really think you can probably get by very well with just REI Reply and save some money, because that's continuing to expand and grow even as we speak, and I'm very impressed with how they continually put in more and more features into it. You'll get your the dialer is also here. There's other kinds of links as well about transactional funding and skip trace. Those are additional services and costs, but that's here available to you. Just like in marketing, you've got links to PropStream and things like that. But the basic automations with the workflows, which has a lot of automations besides just the campaigns, workflows are really powerful when you dig into that, on how it can kind of take in calls that are coming in and either send voice drops or messages and just handle customers in a much more advanced fashion. So it has that, and then of course there's all the campaigns, which is really its power is in the SMS and emails and that all kind of automation. So the ability to move the contacts from one pipeline to the next is definitely here, and you can move them from leads at all levels here. So all that is what is a claim to fame for this CRM, and you're going to get that at the $49 a month level. Also, the built-in websites, you can build websites through it, which I use. I create all of my business site with it, and it's used to funnel in my leads. I can create forms with it and customize the form so that I can capture the leads, create any kind of landing pages. I also have set up a chat widget so that when they come to my page, it comes up with the ability to connect with them through Messenger, so they can talk to me through that. That's all built in for the same fee. I can have as many phone numbers as I want in the system so that I can track how the calls are coming in, whether it's from signs or from flyers and websites, things like that. If you have more than one phone number, it can all forward to a certain number, like either your cell phone or to your VA or helper's phone number, things like that. You can forward to as many phone numbers as you need. So that's all built in. Calendars for syncing up with your Google Calendar, and tasks for keeping track with and reminders on what tasks you have. So any kind of like the Google reviews are also built into this, so that whenever you get a good review, it'll automatically notify you, and it'll be integrated with the system as well. So all those features are also going to be found in the Creative REI Reply. But let me just now touch into why someone would actually choose the other system instead of this one. Alright, now here is where I jump into the Creative REI Reply, and this has all of the features of the regular REI Reply, although you'll see that it doesn't have a link to, let's say, transactional funding, but that's just a shortcut link, right? And you still have a link to Skip Butler here. All the conversations are kept just like the other one. You'll notice that the interface is different. It's more updated, and you'll see that it has more links in here, which I'll talk about. For example, if you're going to be working with real estate completely, right, and specifically on the creative financing side, and I mentioned creative financing in that it can handle all kinds of transactions, not just the wholesaling and flipping, which you can definitely use this for that purpose, all areas of real estate. But what makes this powerful is because it has the built-in wording that will cater to the leads that are open to the creative financing strategies. For example, it it shares, it actually says how you can buy houses at market value or top dollar. And a lot of times that may not be the kind of lingo that we would use to lead with if we're going to be buying their house at a discounted rate, which is typically the case with a house that needs in a lot of repair, right? Where it'll be at a much more discounted amount because we're paying cash and can close quickly, right? So you'll need it not at full, 90% or even at 100% of the LTV. So what you'll find in a lot of the wording and in the way that the system has been kind of like monitored by the tech gurus that are behind the Creative REI Reply, all of that is handled for me. So one of the big advantage of having the Creative REI system is because all the campaigns, which I'll show you here, the way the wordings are set up and how it's being improved, massaged, you'll have the new feature called spin text, which allows you to dynamically change the wording of every text. That's already built into Creative REI Reply. That spin text is not part of the REI Reply. You get that automatically in this one. And so what I'm saying here is that you're going to get more features in Creative REI Reply in the case of actually prospecting to your real estate leads. You're going to attract more people that are open to creative financing, who are looking for top dollar in their home. They're dealing with pretty houses. Some of these houses don't need a whole lot of work. So we're attracting more of those kind of people, and also I'm seeing much better deliverability because of just the technology that is being incorporated in here. Like I mentioned with the spin text, which is spin syntax, which is like every message that goes out is always a unique message, and that allows the deliverability of the text to go sky high when texting a lot of this. Also, the leads are getting loaded automatically within the Creative REI Reply. You're getting all the FSBOs, and if you decide to also get the expired leads for an extra fee every month, those are all skip traced and loaded automatically, which is one of the big reasons why I got it, is because I didn't have to have someone do that for me. I'm getting all that with the same monthly fee. So all those features where I can have a lot of the automation done for me, I don't have to worry about getting much set up. It's already geared towards the creative side, and I noticed that my messages are getting sent more accurately, and getting through, the leads are actually getting back to me based on the messages going through, is filtering out the quality leads from the not quality leads, right? So you'll get the same things that I mentioned about earlier, but then it's got the creative side, like I said. Also, it's got the training, which is like, probably thousands of dollars worth of training in here, and I've invested in similar kind of training in the past. But you get that creative financing training to help you in this side of the business. So that is definitely not something you find in the other one. So if you're looking to get into the creative side, it's kind of a no-brainer that this is the platform to help you in that real estate investing. If you really feel that you can take advantage of that training, which I think even if you are experienced, there's training in here that you won't find anywhere else, such as with the checklists and just other things in here that I haven't seen elsewhere. So there's a lot of subsystems in here with outsourcing and steel structuring and things of that nature. So very powerful training, and there's weekly live trainings and stuff like that. The other thing I wanted to mention in the Creative REI Reply that's not in the other one is that it has the calculator. So if you go into a particular lead, and I kind of mentioned this in another video, is when you go into the calculator, for a particular lead, once you enter in the values for that calculator, for that person rather, based on the after repaired value and what he's asking, their monthly mortgage and how much they owe and what they are willing to accept monthly payment, or if they're willing to, if they need to get a down payment or not, all that's going to calculate on which is the best kind of deal offers are suited for this kind of person. So this calculator is not found in the other REI Reply, and I find this is a very powerful tool, especially for creative financing, right? If all you're doing is wholesaling and flipping, then it's much more straightforward. You really don't need this kind of a calculator. You just use your Mayo formula or something and just calculate what the ARV is minus repairs and your LTV, and you can spit out some numbers that way, right? So that's the kind of all right. So besides the calculator part, I was also mentioned about the spin tax, right? That's also built into the system, and that's an additional fee when it comes to the regular REI Reply, but you get that included here. Another thing I wanted to touch on is the websites. You get a ready-made website that's specific to the creative real estate template. It's a really nice website that I'm actually using myself, and you get that too. You also get websites through the regular REI Reply, but you just get another one that kind of caters to the language to attract these creative sellers who might be more open to a creative offer. So you'll get that as well. So anyway, I hope this video is helpful to you. I have links below to whether you decide to go with Creative REI Reply or the regular REI Reply, and I'll be happy to help you if you choose either one. I have some extra bonuses that I can give you if you use my link. I'm an affiliate for both because I'm a very avid user for both, and it just gives me a few bucks, for the support of the channel. So anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to add in the comment below, and I'll be happy to answer them. All right, the other thing I wanted to talk about is that I showed you earlier that the other REI Reply does have workflows, right? However, you'll see that there are workflows already built into the Creative REI Reply, which has the 3 and 6 month drip campaigns. There's the spin tax that's built in, and different workflows, and it's going to continually grow and evolve, as I mentioned before, right? Because that's already handled by the tech team, and you get that all for free. But these are some very advanced workflows that are, all set up for you, which is just amazing. I love how I've got like these elves that are just working on my system constantly, making it better and better, and I don't have to worry about that like I did when I was doing a lot of that stuff on my own. So there's a lot more done for you on the real estate side with Creative, and I think that's why the price point is a little bit more than the REI Reply, right? I'm paying several $100s a month for this, but then again, when you're dealing with real estate, you're dealing with just more that's involved, and they're also right now cell phones are cracking down on a lot of mass texting and stuff. So it's good to have a tech team that for that same price is already kind of handling that for me, versus the other one I've been kind of like, I found myself hiring people here and there to kind of help me out with stuff like that, or it took more of my time in order to handle that. So I just wanted to show you that there are workflows built into here and other campaigns and that's the power, right, of doing a lot of this investing is the right wording, the right scheduling of follow-ups. This has all been kind of set up here, and I must say it was set up quite ingeniously, especially even with selling houses through telling, selling them to a tenant buyer, and some high equity campaigns and low equity campaigns. These are all things that caters to creative investing. That's why I found this kind of like setup is just what I see for my business going into the creative realm. And because I want to do more than just wholesaling and flipping. There's just a lot more money I feel with creative side, especially with where the market's going now. That these kind of strategies is really the way to go when it comes to investing, especially with the market as it's changing right now. If you found this video helpful, I'd appreciate a like and subscribe for future videos. If you have any questions, just put it in the comment below. Thank you.